What's up, guys, and welcome back to Syracuse. I only feel like I need to say that because after our last start, I'm surprised they haven't sent us back to Binghamton because, man, did we get absolutely shelled. And we only ended up going 2 1/3 with 10 hits, 1 walk, and 5 runs. Didn't strike anyone out, and we just looked like we were completely overpowered. I mean, our ERA still stayed at a 3.45, but at the same time, man, that really climbed up from under 3. So the fact that our ERA jumped up about 0.5 is pretty bad. So we need to have a really big bounce back performance here. The fact that we did that against Worcester is so bad. But thankfully our next matchup is going to be against Rochester, who's only 13-24 this season. And again, looking at the starter that we're probably going to end up facing, he's got a 3.33 and he's only 3-4. So my assumption is their offense doesn't necessarily get a ton of runs, so hopefully that's going to be the case here when we end up starting against them. So let's end up simulating forward, let's end up getting to our practice, and let's see if we can really dominate against Rochester, because again, we really need a big bounce back performance after getting absolutely shelled in the last game. So let's go back to the bullpen, and I think that we're going to raise our velocity again, or not raise our velocity of our circle change, but increase the difference between the circle change and the fastball. That way, we can kind of keep hitters off balance. Either way, if this allows us to get more strikeouts, I'm going to be extremely happy. Well, it doesn't look like things are starting great against Rochester because we ended up losing our Tuesday game. But it looks like we have something going on here on Wednesday. We're not the ones getting the start, so we're taking a little bit of time here to figure things out. By the way, I'm looking here. JP Sears, who's the one who's starting this Wednesday game, has a 2.04 ERA. He's 5-3. He's having a great season so far. Would be surprised if he wasn't the one to get called up soon. But it looks like we're going to be talking to our agent here, and she offered us absolutely no insight whatsoever. That's great that she's checking on us, don't get me wrong, but it would be nice to get a little insight on where we're at in our standing with the organization. Either way here, man, it looks like we got 2 cold lineups in this one. I feel bad for all the people coming to this game because we have 5 hitters who are cold right now. And Blaze Alexander is hot right now in the second spot, but unfortunately, he's the only one who looks like he's hit pretty well right now. In terms of their lineup, though, it looks like they have 1 guy who's hot. That's their leadoff hitter, but 4 guys who are cold. So again, I don't know if this is going to be a battle of pitchers here or if this is just going to be a time where everyone just kind of turns on the jets. But either way, let's go out here and let's have a big bounce back performance. I honestly was really hoping that one game where we ended up going 8 strong with only 1 hit was going to be one of our last starts in AAA, but apparently I was wrong. And based on that hit right there, this is not going to be our last one either. That is a leadoff triple, and you can definitely tell that our confidence is shook right now. And we're still feeling the effects of that last game. But we should have known better. That was the guy in their lineup that's hot right now, so we should have been a little more careful pitching to him. Either way, you know what? I don't want to give up that run, but I'm kind of resigned to the fact that he's probably going to end up scoring here. We need to get lucky on a couple of these pitches and get a couple strikeouts if we want to make sure that he doesn't score. But again, that's going to be really tough to do. But let's just make sure that, there we go. We give him some pitches that he's going to want to swing at but can't hit. And we're going to try that again with the split. Let's get our first out. It's not going to be the case. He's going to end up scoring, but at least we do end up getting that first out over at first base. It's unfortunate we already gave up a run, but as long as that's the only one that we give up, we're going to be fine. So we're facing the 3-hitter now. Let's just try and just not allow another base runner. Wow, we got lucky on that one. That just had no break whatsoever because of the way that we threw that. And again, we just need to be a little better on that. Beautiful pitch right there. So let's end up hitting him with a fastball inside. Honestly, he may be looking off speed on 0-2. So if that's the case... Oh, never mind. That didn't quite clip the zone. So he's fouled off a couple pitches, so I think we're going to go way outside with the slurve and see if we can get him to chase on this one. That would be ideal, but that is not the case. It is now a 2-2 count, but I think we can probably finish him with the slurve, though. Hate to continue to go back to that, but he's fouling everything else off. And there we go. At least he put it in play that time, and it was a ground out to the shortstop. So, you know what? Not great for us, but at least we got another out. The fact that we're not giving up a ton of base runners like we did last game, it makes me feel a little more confident for this one. So let's just work on our accuracy here. That's not great. Nice try by the shortstop, but unfortunately that's going to be a base runner. But we have 2 outs, so we can get out of this one easily. So let's go back to the changeup here. Oh, man, where was that one when we were like 1-2 and 2-2, you know? That was actually a perfect one they probably would have swung at, but that wasn't the case. And that's a fair ball. Wow, can you get him at third? He's not even going to go to third. That is rough. That was a good hit by him. I can't be upset about that, but, man, that's another base runner now. I don't know what's kind of happened to us here, but we are just not pitching the way that we did a couple games ago. Felt like we kind of figured it out, you know what I mean? But apparently not. This guy was a first-round pick a couple of years ago, but it's all right. He's going to be on first base coming up pretty soon, I feel. Unless we end up coming back right here. Thank you. We finally got that call, which... Not that we've been spotting it there all day, but, you know, still nice to get. There we go. We got that. Now we're back into this thing, and we have a full count. I think we're going to go with the slurve. Haven't been able to throw it well all day, but there we did right there, and thankfully we got out of this one. Hopefully that'll help our confidence a little bit there, and hopefully those are the only 3 hits and run that we give up this game. So apparently when we struggle, the offense does pretty well. They already got 2 runs for us, and now we're playing with the lead. So let's just make sure that we, I don't know, just don't give up anything else. It's easier said than done. You know, I say that all the time, and I sometimes think it's easy because it's a video game, you know? It should be easy. But no, that is not the case. I don't know how some of you guys who end up playing like Diamond Dynasty are able to do it. And some of the people that you end up playing are so much better than the CPU. So the fact that y'all are so good at it is absolutely insane. How did he even get a piece of that one? Thankfully, that's just a pop out to the shortstop. And we got 1 quick out. And I don't know if that was a quick out per se, but at least it's an out. There we go. He was looking for something else. How did that go 101 off the bat? That was a weak swing. I will attribute a lot of that to our velocity. Unfortunately, that circle change just dipped a little bit out of the zone. We got to go back to the fastball. Probably shouldn't be throwing it in the same spot, but thankfully he doesn't swing. So that means we can go to the inside here with the split. Hopefully we can get him to swing at this one, or at least put it in play. There we go. Oh, thankfully that one went foul. Very eerily similar to the one that we had the last hit in the last inning. I will say these guys really know how to stay alive. That's 8 pitches this at bat, 37 in the entire game already. Let's see if we can get him with the fastball. There, it was not. It didn't quite hit the zone. Just a little outside. So let's try to finish him with the changeup, and let's get him to swing at this one. That looks good. That's going to be a ground out. That was a very hard-fought at-bat. That was 10 pitches. And I don't think we're going to go long in this one. But hopefully we can get a couple of guys out pretty quickly, though. It'd be really nice to be able to get the chance to go deep in this one. Thankfully, that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning if you let go of the ball over at second base. And thankfully, that's a no-hit, no-run inning. So let's see if we can keep this up. Maybe we can get a little more insurance runs just so I can feel a little more confident. And we're back to the top of the order. It's the guy who hit the triple and the only guy who scored today. So let's see if we can make sure he doesn't get on base this time. This guy's got some speed and all that kind of stuff. He went 0 for 4 last game, and yet he's still hot in their lineup right now. So it's a little scary for us. And he absolutely ripped that one in that first at-bat. But then again, we did leave that hanging, so the fact that didn't go out of the park is pretty lucky. Glad he swung at that one. Really terrible pitch and terrible swing. So let's get him with the slurve down and in. Let's get him to swing through this. Sit down. Nice play! Good play by the second baseman. I'm just surprised he got contact on that one. I don't know how these guys are actually putting some wood on the ball, but still great play by the second baseman. Now we got a quick out. We need to get some more strikeouts, though. You know what I mean? Though we had so many in that one game against, what was that, St. Paul? Be nice to get a couple more here, especially considering the fact that we didn't strike anyone out in the last game. That is a double, at least. He's got 77 speed. That might be a triple. Plus, that guy has a weak arm and right. Oh, oh, not quite. Yeah, he ends up getting in there. He was giving him the stop sign, but he still went through it. And that is now 2 triples that we've given up this game. That's rough. Let's just make sure that we strike this guy out, and then we can just get out of it with just something with that next batter. Either way, we just can't give up another run. I just really don't want to have to deal with, another tie game and have to, that should be a strike right there, but have to deal with our offense, not being able to score again. We've gotten 2. That's more than we've gotten in, like, any game over the past, I think, 3 starts. So, again, we need to help our own cause here. And honestly, walking this guy wouldn't be great, but wouldn't be the worst thing. But that is probably the worst thing right there. What happened to that guy? Why did he not go home right away? Either way, he still ended up scoring. Now they got a guy on first. So if we can get him to ground to a double play, we'll just get out of this one pretty quickly. Hey, you called the strike on that one. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. About time. Nice. 2 quick strikes. And let's go with the changeup down and away. Let's get him swinging. Thank you. Not the greatest pitch, but at least it's a strikeout. And now we're pitching mad because we gave up the lead. We are not throwing extremely well again today. I was hoping this was going to be our big bounce back week. But that is not the case. And it's embarrassing against a team that's just, so subpar right now, too. The fact that coach is allowing us to stay in is pretty incredible. But a 3-0 count after striking a guy out on 3 pitches is pretty bad, too. Either way, there we go. That's our first strike. Let's go with the changeup. Just get it in the zone. Thank you. Now maybe we can finish it with a changeup down and in, too. No. Yes! I thought that was going to be a little bit low. The way that we released it, it looked like it was going to be low, but thankfully he just looks at it, and unfortunately, we give up another run, and now it's a tie game. I feel like it's going to stay that way. Unfortunately, though, you know what? That's our own fault, honestly. Boy, did we get lucky on that one. But, yeah, it's our own fault for giving up those 2 runs. Yeah, again, that first triple was really on us. That second one was just a really good piece. But not much you can do about it. That, thankfully, is going foul. Is he going to get there to catch that? No. So with the 0-2, what do you say we go for the slurve outside? Make sure it's out of the zone. There it is. Thank you. It's another strikeout, and thankfully we're starting to pick it up now. Just unfortunate that we've had 2 pretty bad innings now. And even the last inning where we gave up that run, it was just 1 base runner, really. Realistically. And there we go. That's not a base runner. That's a ground out to the second baseman. And now let's get out of this one pretty quickly. The fact that they're already warming someone up in the pen is pretty bad for us. But again, we're at 66 pitches already. So the fact that they haven't taken us out already is actually pretty incredible. Especially considering the fact that we probably had a really short leash on us coming into this game anyways. Either way, it is the 8-hitter. We can't give up a walk or anything to him. That would be extremely rough. We don't want to make sure that we have the top of the order next inning, you know what I mean? So let's make sure we get out of this as a foul ball, and now we got a 2-2 count with 2 outs in a 2-2 game, which means that we go with the splitter, down and out. I don't know why it means that, but I'm just going to say that. Sit down. Damn it. All right, that's fine. That's going to be a ground out to the second baseman, and we get out of the inning. Please let me go out for 1 more. I do not want to end it right here. Main reason being, I want to make sure that I leave the game with the lead. We don't want to pick up another loss here. And honestly, I don't want to pick up another no decision either. I'm sick and tired of that. We've thrown pretty decently in a couple of the games that we picked up a no decision in, so I really don't want that to happen again. But either way, we need to bounce back a little bit. Thankfully, he fouls that one off. I don't know why he was swinging on 2-0. But then again, when you have an absolute cock shot right down the middle, I totally get it. There we go. Now we're ahead in the count. Got a 2-2 count again. So let's go fastball in the outside half. He might be looking for an off speed. Oh, he definitely was, but he still got a piece of that one. But we get the out over at first. 1 out. Uh-oh, we got Nunez again. That's unfortunate. Just as long as he doesn't get another triple, we're going to be fine. You bastard. You would try to bunt. Yeah, okay, I'm glad that was foul, though. I'm glad that was foul, and I would not have wanted to field that. We probably would have been safe. Oh, that's just an absolute beach ball. But thankfully, just a really bad contact on that one. I don't know about saying that was solid contact. I don't know game, but either way, that's 2 outs. Now, this may be the last batter of the game for us. So let's get out of this one quickly and easily. Let's see if we can actually strike him out here. Oh, he's got 5 doubles this season? Cool. We've given up 2 triples this game. Yeah, now what, Baker? Alright, so let's find a way to get him out. I don't know what... The slurve hasn't really been working against lefties. But the split certainly kind of has. That one didn't go great, but again, that's kind of our own doing. So let's finish with the split in the dirt. He'll swing at this. He'll swing at it. He did, but he got contact again. Do I need to throw those a little more out of the zone? I don't know. You like strikeout artists. You guys let me know what to do, because I feel like I'm throwing it well, but apparently not enough to get the strikeout. Either way, still a tie game after 4.5, I guess. Yeah, knew this was going to end up happening. He's been warming up for like 2 innings, so don't want to waste his little bullpen session. So let's see what we can do here. Trevor, go out there and make sure to hold them. Hopefully we got a run or 2 in that last inning. But apparently we didn't, but we did end up winning 4-3. We'll take the dub against the Red Wings, and we'll just take this and just kind of go home. That is not the greatest line, but you know what? That's a 1 whip. We'll take that. We did give up 2 runs in the 5 innings, but that's okay. We did pick up 4 strikeouts, and those usually, I think, ended up getting picked up in like later innings. Either way, not necessarily the best start, but still a decent bounce-back performance compared to what we had before. But what can you do? So I honestly was going to stop after that one, but honestly, the way that we played that, no, I need a little more redemption than that. Good thing here is the fact that we're now a 70 overall. That's really great. But let's look at the calendar. Let's see who we're going to end up getting the start against, and it looks like that's going to be Lehigh Valley. And that's probably going to be the Wednesday game, which means that we have a nice little week's worth of rest here, as well as a practice on the 19th. So let's end up simming forward. Let's get that practice in, and let's see if we can get a better matchup against Lehigh Valley than we did in that last game. Because again, I thought that was really going to be our redemption. Oh my goodness, we lost 8-0 in the Friday game against them? Come on now, guys. We're better than that. Either way, let's end up working on the control of our splitter. Honestly, I think that's probably going to end up being the best. It'd be nice to work on the velocity of the splitter too, but honestly, like you saw in that last game especially, we weren't really getting it over for a strike. So as long as we can kind of get that in there, especially when we're a little, I guess, later in counts and not necessarily ahead, then maybe we can actually throw that and get a couple of good strikes on it. But after that practice, I think that we're really ready to take on Lehigh Valley here. The downside is the fact that it looks like their team is actually doing pretty well, and it looks like the starter is going to be really tough for our lineup, because he is 5-4 right now, got 50 strikeouts in 55 innings, but his ERA is under 2. We have had a really hard time scoring when I end up starting, so hopefully our offense can find a way to kind of put it together. Looks like a lot of the guys who were cold last time have really kind of bounced back a bit. Still got the 3-9 hitter cold, but hopefully they can start to pick it up here too. Their lineup, they have 3 guys who are cold as well, and I'm guessing that the number 9 hitter, don't know what that means. Maybe he's an all-star. I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments. You guys help me out with the top 100 prospects, so I would really appreciate that too. Either way, let's go back into Syracuse. Let's actually put up a really good home start in front of our home crowd, and let's take this win against Lehigh Valley. We really need to get our record back up to 3-3. I don't like the 2-3 there. But we do need to improve our ERA and our whip too. So it's going to, well, I guess we're in Syracuse, but let's take on Bacon USA here, I guess. Either way, 0-2 count. Let's finish him off with the circle change down and out, though. I feel pretty confident with that. He'll swing. Or not. He'll just let that go. And honestly, I can't really blame him for that. 1-2 count, though. Let's go with that split. We worked on the accuracy, or the control of it, so let's see if we can make that work, too. Can we check? Are you sure about that? You sure about that? Yeah, he probably didn't go. Let's be honest. So let's dot up the fastball in the outer half. Let's get him out. There it is. Oof. Get over to first. Hey. Oh my gosh, he is fast. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't toss it to us, because we wouldn't have made it. At least that's 1 out right there. A little rough that we probably should have struck him out. Either way, we got righty on righty. It's a pretty good matchup for us. Really great slurve right there. Glad he was expecting fastball. So since he just saw off speed, let's go to the fastball again. Or not again, because we haven't thrown that yet. And unfortunately, that is out of the zone too. Let's go to the change. Let's kind of mix things up on this guy. He looked a little off balance in that on that first pitch, so we can keep him off balance here too. That would be pretty ideal. There it is. There we go. That's fair? Yeah, I guess maybe, based on where it ended up landing. It looks like it was about right. Nope, no. Come on, get over there. Yeah, I can't show you where it was. Either way, nice double there by Casey Martin. Can't have that, though. We need to have, again, we're supposed to have a comeback game. So let's make sure that we get that right here. That guy on second is going nowhere. He's staying on second. That or we can find a way to get him out. Thankfully, we got it 0-2, and I bet you, we're not going with the fastball. I bet you we can end up getting him on the slurve on the outer half again. There it is. Nah, I thought maybe he was going to bite on that. That's okay. You want to go to it again? I'm game. Oh, that's bad. But at least that's going to be a ground out. Run to the bullpen. Sorry, I felt like maybe we need to warm up a little bit more, so I thought maybe if we ran to the bullpen, that would help out. But, hey, you know what? That guy on second went to third, but at least he hasn't scored yet. So let's make sure that he doesn't score. Not quite getting the edge, although that is a little far off the plate, but still. Alright, that's okay. Let's go with the split on the inside. Again, that's why we worked on the... Yep, that's why we worked on the control of that, just so we can throw it in counts like 2-0, 3-1, and everything like that. And look at that. We end up getting the ground out on that to the second baseman. Thankfully, we get out of that one with no damage. But the same can't be said for their team, because we ended up scoring a run on that one. So let's keep the lead. How does that sound? That's a great first pitch. Best part is, despite the fact that that was right down the middle, that was right at the knees. That wasn't really going to hurt us much. My goodness, man. A lot more weak contact. Another great play by the second baseman. We're looking pretty good right now. I, again, wish we would actually be able to get some guys to swing through our pitches, but not too bad. Not going to get that on the split. That's okay, though. That's okay. We're going to the fastball. He's not going to know what hit him. Look at that. That's a little low, too. Yeah, problem is when we're, like, really late on those, or when it says really late there, yeah, that's what ends up happening. But if we go early, you get cock shots like that. But thankfully, it ends up being caught by the center fielder, and we're good to go. So let's just finish this. Let's get out of this inning. Let's pretend like this inning didn't happen. Let's have that be a ground out to the shortstop. And now, through 2 innings, we've thrown, I think, less pitches than we threw in that first inning last game. So let's keep this up. It's good to know that we weren't the first pitcher to give up a run. It was the guy who had the sub-2 ERA. Oh, another 1 pitch, 1 out. Ground out to the shortstop. Thankfully, ended up getting them over there at first, and we got 1 quick out for 23 pitches through about 2 1/3. So, I feel like we're looking pretty good. We just need to make sure that we get it in the zone now. Oh, that's way in the zone. That's gone. That's gone. No, it's not. That's caught. My goodness, that one should have been gone. Honestly, the way that we threw it and the contact that he made, there's no reason why that shouldn't have been about 400 feet over the fence. I'm not sad about it, but still. You know, I want this game to be a little more realistic. Holy sh**. There we go. Great pitch on that one. Great circle change. Please don't throw it there again. He's going to rip that one if we do that. So let's get that. That fastball on the outer half. Don't quite pick up the strike, though. But still, that's a really great spot for that, though. So let's go back with the changeup. There we go. At least that one's staying. Oh, not where it could have really hurt us. I'm surprised he swung at that one. Oh, no. Thank you so much for at least letting that one kind of go. I accidentally hit the little joystick. That's totally on me, though. I didn't want to throw that slurve anyways. So let's go with the changeup down and away, and let's get him to swing. Sit down. There we go. We got out of that one. Let's go to the next one. We could have really got hurt on that, honestly. That's totally my bad. Either way, here we go. This is the guy that ended up hitting the double off of us. He's got 4 RBIs in the last 5 games, so he's been playing pretty well. Can't be upset about that kind of production, right? So there we go. That is a ground out to the first baseman, though. No double this time. So let's go back to that split. Honestly, especially now that we're pitching pretty well, I feel like we can start to get that in there for a strike. Apparently, I'm wrong. That's okay, though. Fastball down and in. He ain't gonna hit this. Yeah, look. Well, okay, yeah, he did. But he hit that to the shortstop for our second out of the inning. Again, I've seen these guys hit some pretty crazy pitches. That wasn't necessarily the craziest one. But still, I didn't think that he was actually gonna get that in there for a hit. Either way, though, let's make sure that we go back and we don't give him anything too good. That's not even relatively good. That was just way in the dirt. And let's go with the slurve now. We haven't thrown that in a little bit. Again, not necessarily the best of lefties, but apparently he was looking for a fastball there and just totally embarrassed himself. So we're going to go with the split again. Let's see if we can get the strikeout on this one. Let's finish him. Thank you very much. That is the end of 4 for us now, and we're starting to look a lot better than we did at the beginning of this game. And our offense gets us another insurance run. That is beautiful. But we're about to face 5, 6, 7 here, so let's make sure that those are the only 3 guys that we end up facing, because, again, it would be nice to really kind of get out of this inning pretty quickly, too, and make sure that we kind of keep this lead for the entire game. I feel like that's the only way we're going to end up getting a win. No offense to our bullpen, but honestly, sometimes it's like playing for the actual New York Mets, so feel bad for them on that. But either way, let's get it back in the zone. That's not quite there, and we push it to a 3-1 count. All right, we really don't want to walk him here. No free rides. No free rides. There we go. We get it back to a full count, and now let's finish him with that slurve. Why not? It's going to look good. Oh, that's really good. There we go. Hard hit ball to the third baseman, but thankfully he doesn't have the speed to beat that one out, and we got 1 quick out. And I really need to stop saying quick out, because again, I always say that when it's like a 6-pitch at bat, you know what I mean? That ain't quick. That ain't quick at all. So let's just get in there, and let's make sure that we don't get behind in counts again like we just did. There we go. 1-1. We're kind of back in the driver's seat a little bit here. I shouldn't say that we are for sure, but a little bit more than we were. That's... Oh, that's going to be caught. Holy cow, did you guys see the path on that one? It was like a fucking snake. Either way, though, thankfully he ended up getting that in foul territory. And now we got 2 outs. And we got the 7-hitter up. And I think this should be a pretty quick and easy out. I've said that before, though, and haven't gotten it. So maybe I shouldn't say that now. This game is giving me a lot more trouble than I was kind of expecting. I got used to playing like MLB 2K... what was the last one? 2K12, I think was the last one. Either way, I remember that one, and that was easy. But that ain't the show, you know? Completely different game. Oh, thank you for not hitting him on that one. I'm glad he jumped out of the way. But that's good, though. We push him off the plate, and we can actually go for the fastball in the outer half. He's brushed back. He ain't going to hit this. Look at that. He ends up driving it the other way, and that is a foul ball. So despite the fact that, again, I don't like throwing the slurve to lefties, I think we're going to do this, and let's see if we can get him to swing on this. No, we did not. That's going to push it to a full count. Now I think we got to dot up the fastball. Let's make sure we hit this. And that was close. That was close. The fact that he laid off that was pretty impressive. And now, unfortunately, we have to face the 8-hitter now. Would have been the perfect person to face off in the first batter of the next inning. But, hey, what can you do? Can't do much. Let's see if we can just get him out here in a couple pitches. It's 1-1. We're not going to get it to 2 balls in this count right here. I promise. That's perfect. Well, I mean, if he would have actually called that properly, it would have been. That's fine, though. Okay, we just can't walk another guy, especially these guys at the bottom of the order. No, we can't do that. That looks good. That should be caught. And that is the last out of the inning. Thank you. Oh, my goodness, man. Starting to get a little shaky there. I don't know how much longer. We might be able to get into the 7th if we keep pitching this way. But either way, I'm happy with just a 1-hit game so far. Plus, we're still only at 59 pitches. And realistically, that's great going into the 6th inning. As long as we can kind of, again, throw deep into this game, I feel really confident. Because, again, I don't necessarily trust the bullpen. So, if we can make sure that we give them the best possible scenario for them to go out there, then that would just be great. Really going to bunt on that one. Can you at least pick it up? You never know if it was going to hit the grass and go back. I've seen strange things in this game. So let's go with the fastball in the outer half. Let's get him. Let's get him right here. There it is. Ah, not quite. We don't quite hit the zone, so let's finish him with that slurve. Why not? I agree, catch. I hate throwing it to lefties, but not in this instance. Here to that 9-hitter, he ends up swinging through that, and that's 1 out. Again, our strikeouts, for some reason, tend to come like later in the game for some reason. But I'm not complaining as long as we get them. And if we can pick up a shutout in this one, too, that would be huge as well. And we're looking good, man. Another 0-2 count. What do you want to go on this one? He wants to go fastball. I'm actually going to go with the fastball up. Let's do that. That was a big mistake. We should have just went with something in the dirt. But thankfully, that's just going to be a high fly ball to the left fielder. And that is going to be 2 outs this inning. So let's finish it on Martin here again. He's the only one who's gotten a hit on us this game. So let's make sure that he doesn't replicate that here. That slurve was perfect. I get it ended out of the zone and everything, but man, that swept across the entire zone. Either way, though, that's going to be a quick ground out to the shortstop, and I think we're going to be able to go out there for the 7th inning. Really good inning on that one. And to make up for the last couple games, we end up getting another insurance run. You'll love to see that. The fact that they got all 3 of the runs in different innings, too, is really good. Shows that they know how to put a decent inning together. Would have been nice if we would have gotten more than one, but that's okay. I will take a 3-0 lead going into the 7th, you know? Again, we want to put our bullpen in the best possible situation so they can go out there and try to close the game. But going with a... Okay, good. I was going to say going with a 4-pitch walk would not be the way to do that. Let's make sure that we keep it in the zone. There we go. Thank you very much, and that's going to push it to a 3-2 count. So how do you want to end this one, Kutch? You want to go with the slurve? I trust. That looks good. There we go. At least that's going to be a ground out to the third baseman. Great throw over there, and that's 1 quick out. Honestly, you can make a drinking game out of how many times I say quick out. Either way, 1 out. Feeling pretty good. Good slurve on that, but it just didn't stay in the zone. But the good thing is, that wasn't going to hurt us even if he got some contact. Let's go with the changeup out. Thankfully, he swung at one that was just a little out of the zone. And that's going to put us back in the driver's seat again. I know you want the fastball, but we ain't doing that. Even though we should have, because that's going to be a base hit to left field. But that's okay. You know what? Base runner on first. Tailor-made ground ball right here, I'm telling you. As long as we keep it down in the zone, he's going to ground this one to the shortstop. And, wow, that's not a strike. Okay. That's okay. Again, ground out to the shortstop. 6-4-3 double play. And we're out of this one. And then we can go into the 8th and potentially go out there for 1 more inning. It'd be really nice. I don't think we're going to necessarily get it. I don't think Coach has that kind of confidence in us, but we can always hope. I know we're kind of running out of steam, too, especially considering the fact that we're 3-1 right now. 3-1 count, not great, but there we go. There we go. At least that pushes it to a full count. And now, I know you want to go fastball, but we're going changeup. Let's get him. There it is. Oh, I thought he was going to be able to make the play. Can you get him at third? Might be the end of our game right here, though. Please, come on, let me get out of this one, Coach. You can trust me. Awesome. He does. All right, all we need is a double play to get out of this, and we're going to be good to go. That's not going to be it. And that's going to be 1... Yeah, that's going to be 1 run. I think that's going to be the end of it now. He actually probably should have taken us out sooner, but that's okay. You know what? I appreciate Coach for giving us a chance, but we ended up going about 6 1/3, and it looks like our bullpen is going to have to go out there and make sure that we hold the game right here. Thanks at least for that clap. I appreciate that. I don't know if he meant to do that as like a patronizing thing or something like that, but either way, there you go, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. Thanks for saluting the crowd. Just a fan favorite right there. And let's see if Shintaro can go out there and make sure to close this game out. Again, we have the lead. Even if he ends up giving up a home run right here, we don't pick up the loss because we're only on the hook for the 2 guys on right there, and that would just tie the game. But hopefully he can get out of this, and it's not going to be an issue. And thankfully, he did get us out of that inning, and that means that we're only charged for that 1 run. Love to see that. We end up picking up the win, too. We get pushed up to 3-3, and I think that's going to really improve our whip and also our ERA, because we went 6 1/3, 4 hits, only 1 walk, 1 earned run, and 3 strikeouts. This month doesn't look pretty because, that 1 game, but still, at the same time, we're looking a lot better than we did in that last one, and I'm really glad that we kind of bounced back here and actually had a pretty good start. So again, maybe not the prettiest win, but a win nonetheless. So we'll take a win and no decision in this one. Honestly, being able to beat Lehigh Valley 3-1 is really, really great. And the fact that we didn't pick up the loss here in this 4-3 win against Rochester is really nice too. Now, seeing the way that these games fall, I feel like we're taking this Sunday game against Lehigh Valley, and fingers crossed we can actually pick it up in that one and hopefully pick up a dub. And maybe if we pitch well enough, maybe that can get us up to the majors. Might be a bit of a stretch, but you never know. You always got to shoot for the stars, right? Looks like if that isn't our last start in AAA, our next one then after that would be against Buffalo, who looks like they're doing pretty well too. But again, let's just look forward one game at a time, and let's make sure that we can beat Lehigh Valley in this next one. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't worry, we'll get up to the majors somewhat soon. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.